Jack.
Worst ending ever.
So that was a thing that fucking happened.
I took the jacket off in protest. Sorry.
Bullshit. Negative 10 out of 10.
We cleaned up a little bit. The chairs have been restored to their former positions. This is just an after video because this is the last time a couple of things. The last time the three of us will be doing this because we'll be graduating and it'll just be the two of us for season 7. But
you're welcome. Comment section.
I mean, it's the internet. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I don't reply to people who don't deserve it. Anyway, So we're just making this video to talk about the finale, man.
What a finale!
Yeah,
I mean,
again,
you know,
it was great up until the last 30 seconds.
Well, the ad breaks were a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So if you have anyone watching this live, fuck, man, just like 90 minutes. It was more
it's probably like a 60-minute episode.
Yeah. Fucking 30, because every goddamn advertiser was like, oh, a dozen people are going to be watching this, so why don't I put a couple of advertisements here for products that no one's going to buy, and then that'll just take up all the screen time.
I still think it was like
the conclusion of the Flight 497.
Flight 490, fuck yourself?
Yeah, that was so stupid. The whole ending was that Nick saw it flying through the air. Who gives a shit?
My theory is that AMC forced this ending. Alright, obviously, spoilers, this is a spoiler review, but
Spoilers.
the whole question,
all the spoilers.
The biggest question with this episode was that who did Negan kill? The thing is, not much happened. Listen, this is what happened in the episode. Literally what we knew from episode 15. Maggie is presumably giving birth. They need to get her to the hilltop because they have no fucking doctor. So they're going to the hilltop and the saviors are cutting. This, I actually like the way they sequenced this. Yeah. At every possible turn, the saviors were cutting every road, and it was a different tactic every time, whether it was guys at a roadblock, or it was the zombies with the handcuffs,
or a giant fucking log wall,
or the burning log wall.
They must have had like in that back of a truck. I don't know, I don't know if there was a if maybe they could have added another camera angle where we could have seen where those logs came from. Hashtag, that should be the real question. Hashtag, where did those logs come from?
Save the forest.
Save the
forest from Negan.
Yes.
I mean, I think the coolest progression was seeing how affected Rick was becoming. And by the end of the episode, he was sweating so much, and his face was going crazy, and he had gone from and in the beginning he was. The character from Trevor from GTA.
Yeah,
he was bullshitting Trevor. He's like, oh yeah, this might be your last day. And then by the end, he was on his knees, oh my god, I'm shitting myself.
I don't think we've seen him that shaken up since Carl Roadblocks was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the moment when Carl got his eye blasted out and Rick went into rage mode, but he still felt like he kind of had control.
No,
yeah.
He was still going out there. He's all control has been taken from him. He's just shitting his pants right now.
Yeah, and so so basically that, he was... and the thing is, Andrew Lincoln said that this episode he threw the script, it kept him up at night. Honestly, I honestly think Andrew Lincoln was thinking from the fans' perspective, how could they do this? This is terrible. Because they've read the comics, they know what goes on, they know issue 100 of the comics does not end with a cliffhanger. When Negan does eeny, meeny, miny, mo, the bat... There's this frame...
Comic spoiler.
Alright, comic spoiler. I know people have gotten mad about this in the past. When Negan chooses his victim in the comics, the bat goes to Glenn, who's the victim, and he says, it. And you see the bat right in front of Glenn's face, and he says, bring him up. And then what happens, they bring him up, and you see every hit. You see him hit Glenn's face, his hat falls off, and half his head's caved in. And there's dialogue that they didn't include, where Negan's taunting him. He's like, that's fucking gross, your eye's popping out of your head. That's fucking really nasty. He's taunting him as he's beating him. They had a couple of those
They didn't have the, wow, you took that first hit
taking it like a champ. That was one of the lines they did include at the very end there, but... Other than that, there was... Because he taunts him, and then at the end, Rick's like, I'm gonna kill you, and Negan's speak up, I can't hear you. Which they did kind of do at one point.
Well, doesn't Negan also have the, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the side of my dick in your mouth. Or something. That happens
when they're in Alexandria and he's using a baseball bat. Yeah, that's later on in season 7. But I'm sure that line they'll get away with. Yeah. Of course, another thing I fucking hated about this episode, thanks to AMC and the great cable networks, another reason this should have been on HBO, there was no F words. I know that there might be another version releasing, like with the Blu-ray or online or whatever, where they have said that this is coming out, but as of what was aired, There was no Fs. There was no
There was
fuck
no-
words.
There was no, I'm gonna beat the fucking
Seriously,
fuck out of
nobody
you.
on the show could have
Which
said.
is a line, by the way.
Yeah, nobody on the show. Yeah, that in that scene, Negan says, "I'm gonna beat the whole." What is it?
The unholy fucking fuckity fuck out of you.
Yeah, it's like 4 of them. Yeah, I know. Look, again, yes, I know that's extreme, but for Christ's sake, I mean, this is their highest rated show. Like, I don't understand how they couldn't have got some leeway.
Yeah, the whole first person thing was such a gimmick. It's just like, oh,
it would have been fine.
we're gonna wait until next season so we can try.
Not
to
only
get
that,
more
there was
people
blood
watching.
running down the. That's something they've never done. There was like blood running down the camera. Like
I still think
sort of,
that's I still stand by the fact that I think they made 3 cuts of this episode. They made an original one with all the swears and the actual character dying. They made a second one, cutting out the swears in case AMC said no, and they made a third one with that bullshit ending in case AMC objected to the somebody getting their head bashed in.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing, because I was talking to one of my friends right after this, actually, and he made the point, oh, what about all the extras, everyone who was in that scene? And I'm like, I honestly think they filmed all of that in one go, and they're saving pieces of it, like, they're just saving it on file for season 7, and then they'll reshoot whatever they got to, you know? But again, like, the thing is, there was only one resolution in this episode, the Morgan Carroll situation. Like, the people
We
from
know that
Even
there
if
was
it's not super resolved because Carol's probably still going.
She's pretty fucked up.
She's pretty fucked up.
shot a couple times, injured in the abdomen, like.
Yeah, she got shot in the arm and
Yeah,
the
she
leg.
stabbed, she got shot.
Morgan
twice.
finally broke his code. That was nice to see some sort of resolution. I knew as soon as Rick handed him the gun, you know, there was going to be some type of resolution.
Now, and after they introduced the kingdom now.
Yes, and they introduced the kingdom with the body armor and
the horses.
the horses. So that's cool. We got 2 glimpses. We got Negan and we got them. So those 2 glimpses to what we'll see. But the thing is, there was resolution with that. Like, oh, you're gonna, because in your mind, oh, I don't know what happens to them, but they're gonna be saved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like, that's the resolution. There's no resolution with this. It's just, oh, someone, like, how, like, because there's no episode after this. It's not part of the same season. Like, it just seems unfair. Even, alright, I'm not even gonna go into Game of Thrones for fuck's sake. So if you haven't seen season 5 at the end of Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah,
you
that
can
fucking
think for
shit.
a minute, for exactly a minute, okay? Jon Snow, when he dies, okay? Like, even though there's some speculation, you see multiple knives go into him, you see a knife go into his heart, the direction is that he's dead. There's no direction as to who died, because because I was trying to follow the back, because there's a point where Negan's walking and pointing and moving, and I was like, maybe I can follow the cameras to see who it is. But they changed it. They kept shifting it, and then they completely. There's no way. I was like, oh, I can't tell now. I can't fucking tell.
You guys want to make a prediction? You guys want to make predictions?
I don't know.
I guess the biggest one would be who do we think's gonna get sealed.
Well, I mean, if we think about this logically, obviously Rick is out. Obviously Carl is out. I'm gonna call Michonne
And Morgan
safe.
and Carol.
I'm gonna call Michonne safe. Just saying, I don't think they pulled Michonne this early.
You don't
Or
think?
Maggie.
Okay, because their relationship.
Maggie, I don't know.
She's got a baby in her. She's gonna get killed with a
And, well,
bat.
maybe that's why Adrian was like, this is the most fucked up thing. They killed Maggie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's so
I mean,
fucked
that'd
up.
be really fucked up.
I mean, you know, we've watched shows where, you know, children get killed.
I mean, Lori got a fucking baby cut out of her.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the baby lived. This would be a situation where mother and child are dying, like in a very brutal way, other than just, you know, C-section.
Apologizing for not killing Lori and Judith in the prison.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know, because a number of things could happen. They could kill Daryl, give the crossbow to Dwight, and have Dwight take over the role of Daryl, because that's eventually where, and you know, more comic spoilers, but that's eventually where he's headed.
Yeah,
he's
Dwight eventually turns
he's
against
the
Negan.
whole reason why there's a
win.
twist with the Negan storyline, because he's had enough, and that's where he's like, look, guys, like, you want to beat Negan, you know, I can, you know, help you. So,
But I mean,
the thing is, that's for that. For Glenn, that would make sense. There's been so many things this season that have led up to him dying. The fact that there was a fake out, the fact that in episode 12 he looks at pictures of people getting their skulls beat in. There was the scene where he, you know, there was the Johnny Cash song in the previous episode saying, like, it's all over. There's been multiple scenes of him holding a baseball bat at Shire Wilkes. He almost got hit remember at Terminus?
Yeah,
he almost gets hit with a bat. There's many, many references to that. I don't know if they're fucking with us or if they're actually saying.
I wouldn't put it past them either way.
Because the thing is, I know it would be expected. Maybe it's like, oh, it's not expectable, but it's expectable that it's Glenn. They just keep it the same.
Or that everyone's thinking, oh, they're not going to kill Glenn because they've been trying not to kill him. Then it's like, hey, guess what? Fuck you, we killed Glenn.
Yep.
I think Eugene has to be behind the list too, though.
Eugene,
I
think
put
so.
top 3: Daryl, Glenn, Eugene.
I think my top 3 is Abraham, Glenn, Eugene.
I don't know about
Because
Abraham.
I mean, why Eugene's on my list?
Abraham wants to make puppies with Sasha, though.
They
Pancakes, not puppies,
gave
that's fucking
Eugene
weird.
they gave Eugene such a send off
Yeah.
when he was getting into that RV, and the music
Mhm.
that they played and all the character, and like they're all visibly distraught. Like
Yeah.
they gave him a burial. Fucking
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see, like, because I remember Roger Kirkman briefly said on Talking Dead, if you follow some clues, you might find out who it is. I'm like, not really, but
Yeah.
I think he might be insinuating, because they gave a lot of screen time to that.
Yeah.
Because Eugene's one skill, why I thought he wouldn't be killed off, is that he makes the bullets.
But then he gives that to
He
fucking
gives
Rick.
the plans written down to Rick. I'm like, wait a minute, why would you? That this means that your skill.
You're now
if you
useless.
die,
His character is like that was a big send
yeah.
off.
If you that means if you die, someone else can still
Yeah.
make bullets.
The only reason why I'm not putting Abraham high on the list is that there was an interview a couple weeks ago where Robert Kirkman says that the couple regrets he had when writing the comic, they fixed in the show. He regretted
Chopping off
Rick's hands, didn't do it in the show. He regretted the whole Carl amnesia thing, didn't do it in the show. Regretted killing Abraham before all out.
Yeah, because as we said in the episode 14 thing, it wasn't in. Abraham was supposed to get the crossbow through the eye that Denise got, and they changed that. So, they've kept him alive now, and so I don't know what I thought the purpose was, because he has this relationship that's building with Sasha, and I've been, we've been following this, and so that's the only thing that I've been seeing that's progressing, and so other than that, I don't know. But the thing is,
any of the 4 girls that are there, are any of them on your list?
I think Michonne's safe.
Sarah, maybe.
Tara just kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know where did they go? They were on like
They left during the Savior,
a 2-week
the base
run.
attack.
Yeah, they went on a 2-week run and they haven't been back since.
Yeah.
So it can't be Heath or Tara. They've been gone. Tara doesn't even know Denise is dead, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lovely reveal.
Yeah, she comes back to Alexandria and Negan's there picking what he wants. She's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened? Yeah.
I am really thinking that they wouldn't do Aaron or Rosita Aaron or Rosita, simply because they're not main characters yet.
I feel like
I love Aaron. Aaron's my favorite character in the comics, but he's not important enough yet for them to kill him off.
I feel like Rosita's almost run her path. Like she's just kind of.
Yeah, but they just. Again, more comic spoilers. When the Whisperers begin their assaults, one of the things that Alpha does.
You know what's
is
the
she cuts
ironic
off
part?
Rosita's head.
You know what the ironic thing
Rosita
is?
was alive up until
Alpha's introduction as a villain, she kills more people in her introduction than Negan. If you think about that, and comic-wise.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
She impales like 10 people's
I'm
heads
trying
on
to think of the other
spikes.
people. It's Ezekiel. It's
Rosita.
It's Olivia.
Oh, she kills the fat one? Oh.
Yeah, he kills the chef.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Yeah, a bunch. And she's like, here's.
And then a bunch of other characters we just met.
Yeah. No, she.
Oh, Alpha's gonna be fucking terrifying.
Alpha lays down the law. She just, I mean, she doesn't have the charismatic charm that Negan does, but still, it's hard to predict.
So you don't think any of the girls are gonna.
I don't think any of the girls are gonna bite it. I could see them like on the way back. Maggie just gives out.
Like honestly, like it would have been like one of my predictions was like it would, since both Maggie and Glenn have said they couldn't survive without each other. It would be a good way for a 1-2 punch because Maggie's about to die from her own circumstance.
Her
own circumstances.
I don't think she's like some sort of mischaracter.
Yeah, she's fucked right now because she doesn't have a doctor. And then if
and who knows how far out there.
And if he bashed Glenn's head in, so that's a 1-2.
Or he bashes in Maggie's head and Glenn gets up. And then he's like, I just fucking told you the rules. You can scream and you can blink. You can't do anything else. And beats Glenn.
I believe that happens in the comic. Rick tries to stand up and he's like, are you stupid? You have like a million men around you. Sit the fuck down. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, he says that. Yeah. Again, there were lines in issue 100 that weren't in here because they cut it short. And that's That's, in my opinion, I'm sorry, that's stupid. I don't know why this decision was made. I don't know who the fuck made the decision. I honestly, in my mind, I think it was AMC. They wanted to get more, it was a cash grab. They wanted more viewers. They knew people were building up this Negan death scene. They knew it. It's one of the biggest moments of the entire series. This villain and what he does. And so they built this up on purpose just as a cheap grab. But I'm sorry, I mean, you're gonna this pisses people off.
Yeah.
Not only that, and here's my biggest reason why I hate this. It will get spoiled. You will
that's gonna be gone.
by the time they start filming in, when do they start? It's like May, June, July, they start doing season.
So literally a month
They will
from now.
know. You will know. The thing is, I'm sorry I'm calling these guys out. The Spoiling Dead, who spoils this shit nonstop, they will leak it. They will leak it on their Facebook page, and then the thing is, they tell people, oh, if you don't want to be spoiled, don't visit our page. That's bullshit. You know why? Because all of the news sites, Entertainment Weekly, all these comicbook.com, they see that because they're hungry for news and people viewing their website. They find the Spoiling Dead stuff and they post it. They repost it and they repost it and repost it. And so if you do a simple search or you're just on Facebook and you see on your trends, you're innocently trying to go about your social media day, it's spoiled like that. And it's out. And it ruins the show. It ruins it because I don't want to find out that way. And that's why I hoped that I'd find out like this, because I had no idea going into this, and that was my big thing. I don't want to know who dies going into this. This kind of effectively ruins it for me.
Well, then it's not like it was a half season or something where we're gonna find out in a month.
Half season, I'd be like.
I would be upset, but I wouldn't.
I would be half, I guess, half okay with.
Yeah.
I would.
Just because we find out in a month, but. Doing this,
there's
full
no season break.
Yeah, there's no reason to do that when we know someone is dead. We have our ideas of the 3 or 4 people who it could possibly be. Just fucking show us who died, and then have it end with Negan going, "All right, I expect all your shit here, dawn, tomorrow."
And besides, his last words are "ta-ta." Like that's.
Yeah.
He's like ta-ta, like he like waves and he has like there's more stuff they do.
That and the whole Lucille's a vampire bat joke.
Yeah, he's like,
I fucking love that.
Yeah, when you see the person's brain goops, he's like hee. Lucy's a vampire bat. I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah, there's a vampire bat.
There's more dialogue. We're not gonna see it until season 7. There's more.
What upsets me more about this episode is that all the good things were effectively ruined by the ending. Like, I love the Eugene send-off. I love Negan's introduction and the slow burn of all, of every time they go out the corner. Oh shit, there's more of these guys. And it was always a different group. And then you get to, we're fucked. If they had let...
The last 30 seconds ruined this episode.
It makes no sense artistically. And I'm sorry, again, I say that it makes no sense artistically, and it makes no sense marketing-wise, because I just explained what will happen. Everyone watching this video, in some way, shape, or form, you will know who dies in a few months. You will not wait till October. The only people who won't know till October are the people living under a fucking rock who don't have access to the internet, who are still using AOL in some fucking island, some random place. That was a reference. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, those are the people who won't know. Everyone else you're gonna know. Sorry. Unless you avoid your fucking computer like the plague, you're gonna know. They're gonna spoil it. People are gonna look up who sells their apartments in Georgia. They're gonna look up who's not filming anymore. You'll find out. You'll know. It's that simple. This has happened before. There's a track record, and I knew this was going to be a cliffhanger last week. Why? These spoiling dead people...
Well, the same thing happened with the whole Glenn thing last time. When Glenn fell under the dumpster, the next day, I went on Facebook, and they already had pictures from Spoiling Dead, shared all the voice
of
Glenn
and
Jesus.
Yeah. So it wasn't a big surprise to me.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, fucking Glenn's alive, okay.
Like, this doesn't happen with shows like Game of Thrones. Sure, small spoilers come out, but you don't have... cast leaks, people going to the sets, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they
what doesn't help them? They
have really bad quality.
I'm sorry, AMC needs to get a bet. That's what I'm calling for. There's big moments with All Out War coming in season 7, which is the comic trade, which is called All Out War. You need to get AMC, you need to get a better grip. First, learn how to do a fucking cliffhanger. This is the worst excuse for one I've ever seen in my entire life. This is worse than fucking Sopranos. You need to learn how to get a better grip on the people, how you disseminate information. Learn how to get people away, when you're filming, tell people to fuck off, and then you'll call the cops if they're filming you doing a show. It's a big budget show, it's your biggest show on AMC now that Breaking Bad's done. You have this power, You don't fucking use it. I don't understand. It's easy. Have cops around the perimeter. Tell these people to fuck off. Stop taking photos and uploading them. And if they do, get on that shit and take it down. It's not fair use. That's the first time I'm arguing against fair use.
The one time a YouTuber is arguing against fair use.
I upload full episodes with my reaction and I dispute shit, copyrights. This is the one time I'm voting against it. No! No! If you're from any of these spoiler pages, no! Don't spoil shit! I don't like that shit. It fucking ruins it because I like to be surprised and you people just dangle a fucking carrot on a stick. Ooh, you know? And the thing is, and it's not even that. The carrot's in my face. I'm like swatting it like it's a bee and I can't fucking get it away. So.
You okay, buddy? You done now? You done?
In conclusion, that sucked.
In conclusion, it would have been great, and then they took a big fat shit on Lucille.
The thing is, it's hard for me to rate this episode because
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Is that with the 30 seconds?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 minus
the 30 seconds.
minus the 30 seconds.
I would have given it a solid 9.5 up until that end.
Okay.
It puts such a bad. I had bad
Shit, such a bad taste
in my mouth right now.
How did this make me enjoy it? The thing is, again, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan's portrayal. I loved the acting of the characters from Rick's group who were scared shitless about this. It was portrayed perfectly, and I loved how they did it. I don't know what you gain by doing this. I'm gonna have to watch. I didn't watch Talking Dead the last part. I'm gonna have to watch and see how.
So it's like, you have to watch the Talking Dead to see how they justify it. Maybe they'll give you a few clues. Like, well, no, fuck that. Put it in the season fucking finale.
I would love Gimple to have some balls and say AMC made us do it because it's a cash grab. I would love him to just have some balls and say.
I could very, very honestly see them doing that.
But the thing is,
AMC just Gimple just like tweeting out being like, "That's not the episode that I gave them. They edited it."
But the thing is, we know how showrunners speaking out against the show's gone. Frank Darabont did that. And
who was the other guy before Gimple came in?
Glenn Mazzara, whoever he hates.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
I gotta check the time. I don't know if this is going over or not.
Probably.
most likely.
Oh, it's at 22 minutes. All right, we still got some time, but I mean, we're pretty much done anyway.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta hold it because it's going off.
Final thoughts?
It was a great episode. I loved it. I liked so much about it. They didn't do the finale right.
Yeah.
That is not how you do a major villain intro and then leave it like that because we know someone died. You don't do that. It's not what
The
you
Terminus
do.
cliffhanger was better than this. It was better than this. You know why? Because there was some resolution. Sure, it was like, oh, what's gonna happen? But Rick reunited with the group. We knew there was gonna be a conflict. Like, enough was resolved.
Yeah.
This is like. It almost feels like there should be like 10 minutes more of the episode. That they just burned and threw into some fucking fire.
Because the thing is, it's going to take a minute. A minute of season 7 will have resolved this whole problem. Well, a minute or less would resolve this problem. And that's so stupid to wait all these months for a minute of airtime.
Because
that's going to be slow.
There's a small
and
a small time jump because Rick goes back to the community. He's like, "What are we gonna do?" And then Negan shows up. There's a small little time jump. Why wouldn't that make sense? Like it makes
and what's
sense.
worse?
Yeah.
What's worse is we don't know if season 7 is gonna open with this. For all we know, they could do a bigger cock tease, and like all of a sudden, Rick and everyone else is back at the
Rick
community.
and some groups are back. You don't know who the fuck is actually
and we don't
That
know.
would be stupid. How could they not show the hits?
No, that they might be waiting to show that. Who knows? We don't fucking know because
They have to. That would be so stupid if they didn't show.
Yeah, but
this
they
show
also,
is known for blood
they
and gore.
didn't show the hit there.
So we don't know. We don't know. They could wait another like 2 or 3 episodes. Who knows? Because we don't know. They might intro with Morgan and Carol. They might. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. It's so stupid.
All right, guys.
The only thing is, there's not how many more viewers are they actually going to get by doing the cliffhanger? Because all of us we're going to watch season 7 anyway. You're not going to get more viewers out of
See, this is what I hate about like not having a complete episode. Like you can argue that when I'm watching this on Netflix, I can go from season 6 to season 7 in 1 second. But when you're watching it live, it needs to be a complete episode. It needs to be a work within itself. You can't just be like, we'll wait until the next season and this major thing that should have been shown is going to be resolved, but no, that's not how it works.
No, because the season 5 finale, that had resolution.
I really like
They cut, like they showed Glenn and Nicholas going into the community, they showed Tara waking up, they showed foreshadowing with the wolves, Morgan came back, that's why when I was waiting, I was like, alright, I know the wolves are a threat, but there was resolution with that. There was fucking resolution. I even said there was with the Terminus thing. Even with some people with the governor, the season 3 finale, they were pissed because they're like, I thought it was going to be all-out war with the governor and the tank. And they didn't get that with the season 3 finale, but there was still resolution. The governor goes on his rant, Rick takes all the Woodbury people, there was resolution. The governor's gone, they have people. Resolution on both ends. There's potential for more, but resolution for the time being. This isn't resolution, this is cutting something in half. And leaving the rest to dangle for later. And
it's not like there was a reason. If there was some other thing, like some special or some reason for them to do this, fine, do it. Like maybe if they were, I don't know, jumping a network or something, or changing a time, or making it so that they would have lost viewership if they didn't do something like this, understandable. But there's no reason at all, artistically, marketing-wise, or monetarily, there's no reason to do this.
Alright, so I think we've made our position.
Before Chris has an aneurysm, I would probably cut this
I would have given this episode a 9.5, but I have to give it like a fucking
7.
A fucking like I'm gonna get right in half, a 5. That's what I fucking get. I would have given this a near perfect score. Maybe it's a fucking 5 because again, unacceptable that this happens. It's unacceptable. This burns me because I love the production of this show. I love how much the cast members love this show, how much they're dedicated to the show, the themes they put in the show, the work they do with the makeup. There's so much work that goes into this show, and I hate when something stupid ruins it. What's up?
I hate it.
Alright, Will's gotta go. It's been a pleasure having you.
That was fun.
If you ever are in the neighborhood, you can do season 7, but for now,
when I'm out of the classroom.
goodbye guys, and let us know what you think.